A female influencer came to the village. Not only did she buy fruits at a high price, but she also made sweet milk tea for the villagers. The next day, the village chief brought the villagers to surround my house. Spit out the extra money you made. If you don't share it, don't even think about surviving in this village. I decisively distributed the money to them because I knew the female influencer would leave very soon. When that happens, they won't even have a place to cry. Originally, regarding the female influencer coming to our village, I didn't care at all, but I didn't expect that the villagers would, because of this, all surround my door. Lin Qingqing, you heartless, black-hearted vendor. If Lu Ruyan hadn't come to our village, I wouldn't have known you embezzled so much of our village's money. We've treated you well, haven't we? And yet you exploited our trust to make money. Are you even human? If you don't bring out the money you embezzled today, we'll smash your house. I had absolutely no idea what was going on, but I tried to calm them down first. Everyone, don't worry. Let's talk this over properly. Calm down first. Come in and have a cup of tea. I led them into the living room to sit down and poured everyone a cup of tea. Did you not know a huge influencer came to the village? I know, but what does that have to do with you saying I embezzled money? Lu Ruyan is a huge influencer with millions of followers. I had seen her account. Basically, she travels around making various snacks for people for free. When she first arrived at the village, I even joined the crowd and got to drink a nice tasting cup of fruit tea. Do you know where the fruits Lu Ruyan uses to make tea come from? I shook my head. I indeed hadn't paid attention to this question. Those fruits were all bought from us. When you buy our watermelons, you only give 4 yuan a jean. Lu Ruyan pays 8 yuan a jean. And you still dare to say you haven't embezzled money? And yellow peaches, cherries, she pays double the price you do. What a shame you are from our village. Even an outsider is better to the village than you are. Hearing the villagers say this, I instantly breathed a sigh of relief. That Lu Ruyan you're talking about, she buys fruits at such a high price and makes them for you for free. That's just a gimmick. It's to attract traffic. A huge influencer like her can make tens of thousands from just one live stream. Plus, she'll only stay here for at most. However, before I could finish my sentence, I was interrupted by Aunt Wang. Stop smearing Ruyan here. Shame you're a top student who graduated from a good university. How can you be so heartless? I think your parents failed to teach you. Your ancestors' graves must have smoked black to produce someone like you. Saying that, Uncle Lee suddenly stood up and threw his teacup onto the floor. I quickly stood up and stopped Uncle Lee's next move. Uncle Lee, let's talk this out. What are you doing? Take out the money you've embezzled all these years and then we'll talk. Yes, hurry up and return the money. I really didn't expect you would do something like this. I looked helplessly at the village chief. He knew best how hard I've worked these past few years, but the village chief directly turned his head away, not even glancing at me. My parents, who had been listening next door, couldn't hold back anymore. They rushed out. Li Xiang, don't go too far. My daughter couldn't possibly embezzle your money. Over the years, have our family ever mistreated you? Go ask outside. Who else would buy at this price? You are a family. Of course you speak up for your own. If your family didn't embezzle, could you eat big fish and meat every day? Our family eats big fish and meat. And Wang, you need to speak with a conscience. Doesn't your family eat better than ours? How poor were you guys back then? It's because of our family that you are where you are now. Now you're just turning against us, right? Aunt Wang snorted coldly and directly picked up things in my house and started smashing them. Seeing this, the others also started smashing things everywhere. My parents tried to stop them, but got hit several times. Watching this scene, I could no longer hold back my anger. Enough! Don't you just want money? I'll give it to you. Hearing these words, everyone paused their actions. Uncle Li and Aunt Wan looked at the village chief. Seeing the village chief nod, they looked at me again. You're not tricking us with that, are you? I'm not lying. I'll just ask you one question. Are you sure that if I take the money out, you'll never sell fruits to me again? Nonsense. With Ruyan paying such a high price, who would want to sell fruits to a black-hearted vendor like you? Exactly. From now on, our fruits, you won't get to buy a single one. Even if they rot, we won't sell them to you. The other villagers chimed in agreement. Only the village chief remained silent. I remember 3 years ago, right after I graduated, the village chief was just like today, leading a group of people kneeling at my door. Qingqing, you're a college student with lots of ideas. Uncle begs you, save our village. Back then, young and driven, I enthusiastically agreed. Subsequently, I opened a tea and dessert shop in the city, turning the village's fruits into fruit tea and desserts for sale. In the beginning, to build a reputation, I lost a lot of money. But seeing the villagers' smiling faces, I stubbornly persisted. I originally thought the villagers would be grateful to me. I never expected that today, because of an influencer, they would smash my home. Seeing the village chief staying silent, I actively asked him, Village chief, do you think this way too? The village chief stayed silent for a while, then nodded. I think the same as everyone else. Since you disregarded our relationship and embezzled everyone's money, then in the future, we won't sell fruits to you anymore. Very well. Since you all think I embezzled money, then I will pull out the transaction records for these 3 years and distribute all the profits I made. Once I said this, the expressions of the people around instantly softened. College students are reasonable after all. As long as you take the money out, I won't hold the past against against you. I knew it. You've embezzled quite a bit these past years, but as long as you take it out, everyone won't pursue it. These past years' transaction records, I printed them out every month. After handing the records to the village chief, he flipped through them twice and immediately frowned. Lin Qingqing, you are not being honest. How could you only make 150,000 in 3 years? Are you deceiving us? Only 150,000. How is that enough for our village to share? You definitely brought fake accounts. Even at this point, you're still playing tricks? I sneered and directly pulled out a thick stack of receipts. This is from the past 3 years. The receipts of buying your fruits to make money. How many substandard, rotten fruits did you stuff in here? Do I need to say more? Hearing me say this, Aunt Wan directly snorted coldly. But it still couldn't be just 150,000. If you don't believe me, call the police right now. See if I've provided fake records or not. The villagers wanted to say something else, but were stopped by the village chief. Everyone stopped talking. Qingqing isn't a child who lies. I didn't reply and pulled out a piece of paper. I'll distribute the profit from these 3 years to you all. Just sign your names on this paper. For anyone who signs, I will never buy your fruits again. Aunt Wang immediately snatched the paper and pen and directly wrote down her name, with one person taking the lead. The rest of the villagers all signed their names. I took out the 150,000 and handed it straight to the village chief. From now on, whatever happens to you, don't come looking for me. I knew they would soon regret it. Because Lu Ruyan never stayed in one place for more than a month, the village chief and the others took the 150,000 and left quickly. My parents looked at our house smashed beyond recognition and couldn't stop sighing. What kind of sin is this? Over the years in the village, we've always helped them. But in the end, they even smashed our home. These ungrateful wolves. If it wasn't for the sake of being from the same village, why would we help them? After I put away the signed paper, I quickly comforted my parents. Mom, Dad, in this village, there's no need for us to stay anymore. Come back to the city with me. Over the years, my parents always felt that being in the village, they could look after each other. So they had always refused to move to the city with me. But this time, their hearts were completely chilled. It was Dad's fault before, for keeping you from taking us to the city. Now I've fought it through. Dad, you don't need to blame yourself. Without these people, I can make more money. Before, to improve the villagers' quality of life, I not only bought at market price, but also hired experts to guide them in scientific planting. But counting on me as their safety net, they never bothered to learn. The quality even dropped year by year. My dad patted my shoulder, his face still full of worry. But if you don't buy the village's fruits, what about your supply? I have my ways. Away from our village, my store will only do better. And the villagers, without me, it won't take long before they regret it. Lu Ruyan had already stayed in the village for half a month. In just a few days, it would be time for these villagers to cry. During the few days my parents and I prepared to move, there was always trash piled up at our door. Even when I went out, I could always hear the villagers whispering, that Lin family embezzled so much of the village's money. So heartless. Let's go. Talking to such a heartless person, I'm afraid of dirtying my tongue. I didn't care at all, and soon moved my parents into the city. After settling them down, I went to the neighboring village. The neighboring village these past years had always wanted to imitate our village, but suffered from a lack of sales channels. 9 times out of 10, the fruits they grew couldn't be sold. Hearing I wanted to purchase fruits, Uncle Zhang from the neighboring village waited for me at the village entrance early in the morning. When he saw me, he handed me a cup of fruit tea. Boss Lin, this is fruit tea we learned to make ourselves. We know your store specializes in this, so we specially made a cup. Please give it a try. I couldn't bear to decline. Took it, and had a sip. It was overly sweet, but the taste was pretty good. Take me to see how the fruits you grow are? Then we'll talk further. Uncle Zhang nodded repeatedly, and led me towards the greenhouses in the village. Boss Lin, as long as you're willing to buy our village's fruits, the price is negotiable. Walking into the greenhouse, one could smell the sweet fragrance of fruit. These looked pretty good. Just a bit small in size, and the yield wasn't quite enough. Boss Lin, don't worry. I know the quality of our village's fruits isn't high enough, but what we sell to you will definitely be the best quality ones picked out. As for those of insufficient quality, even if we throw them away, we won't let Boss Lin suffer a loss. I didn't say anything, and strolled through every greenhouse. The more I looked, the colder my heart grew. The neighboring village's fruits, although not looking the best, were of much higher quality than our village's. Those experts I had hired for the village, no one had seriously learned from them. Relying on the fact that I would buy everything, they planted more and more carelessly. Now it seemed, it was even worse than those without guidance. Uncle Zhang, let's discuss the cooperation details. Hearing this, Uncle Zhang immediately became excited. Thank you, Boss Lin. Thank you, Boss Lin. For the price, we can offer the lowest market price. If you're not satisfied, we can lower it further. As long as you help us sell this batch of goods, whatever price you set is fine. I'm not someone who takes advantage. As long as your fruit quality passes the standard, I will purchase at the normal wholesale price. Hearing this, Uncle Zhang was directly stunned. Boss Lin, you're not joking, are you? Giving it to us at the wholesale price, isn't that too high? How could our village ask for such a high price? I nodded, and took out a contract. The price is settled like this, but I need to state other things clearly up front. We will sign a 5-year contract. The prices will all follow the market wholesale price, but as long as the fruits you give me fail the quality standard, we will immediately terminate the cooperation. Boss Lin, rest assured, if the fruits given fail the quality test, I'll be the first to disagree. I didn't say much more, just handed the contract over. Uncle Zhang took the contract and signed it without another word. Uncle Zhang, then here's to a pleasant cooperation. We definitely won't disappoint Boss Lin. After After agreeing on the delivery time with Boss Zhang, I got ready to return to the city. To my surprise, I saw Lu Ruyan on the road. Lu Ruyan's team was packing up their things. Lu Ruyan was on the phone with someone. I've really had enough of this place. Is the next location booked? Hearing this sentence, I instantly understood. Lu Ruyan was preparing to leave for a new place right now. Then the villagers of our village were doomed. They were still preparing to sell their fruits to Lu Ruyan at a high price. Now that Lu Ruyan was leaving, their fruits would probably all be stuck in their hands. I didn't go back to the village to mock them, but returned to the dessert shop in the city. A few days later, the goods from the neighboring village were delivered. Ever since using the neighboring village's supply, my little shop's business had been getting better and better. A few regular customers praised it incessantly. Sister Lin, this fruit tea is much better than before. The ones before tasted like they were going bad. This time it's very refreshing and delicious. Yes, exactly. Before, after eating your cake, my stomach always felt uncomfortable. Today I had the new one, and felt completely fine. I'm glad you like it. You're welcome to come often. I'm definitely going to recommend this shop to all my classmates. Thanks to customer recommendations, in just half a month, my revenue doubled. However, while my business was booming, the villagers in our village were so worried they couldn't even eat. After I encountered her that time, Lu Ruyan stayed for barely 2 days before leaving. The villagers lost their sales channel and had to call me. Xing, could you come back to the village for a trip? Something big has happened. The village chief's tone was very anxious, but I didn't want to go back at all. Village chief, just tell me directly what happened. Lu Ruyan, who was live streaming, left. The village has a pile of fruits stored now. Come back quickly and take all these fruits away. Village chief, don't forget, the village signed an agreement back then. It's too late to look for me now. After speaking, I directly hung up the phone. I originally planned to never go back for the rest of my life, but right when I got home, my mom pulled me aside. Xing, I just remembered. There are a lot of old things we didn't bring over. Could you go back to the village to make a trip to get them? Mom, whatever you lack, we can just buy new ones. Just leave the old ones in the village. You're acting all capable now, aren't you? Those were all bought with money. Plus, the family's old photo albums are still there. Just bring them back along the way. I sighed and finally agreed. That afternoon, I drove back to the village. Just as I reached the entrance, my car was blocked by people. Lin Xing, you heartless thing. You finally came back. The village chief beside her quickly pulled Aunt Wang back. Say less. Xing, are you coming back this time to buy the village's fruits? I've already said I will never buy your fruits again. If you want to make money, find your own way. Look at you. Look at you. I told you she was an ungrateful wretch, staying in the village for so many years and not knowing a shred of gratitude, not knowing how to repay us. I couldn't be bothered with them and was ready to just drive home. However, just as I was about to leave, I saw a truck driving into the village. I glanced at it, didn't pay much attention, and just as I prepared to leave, I heard Uncle Lee's sarcastic voice again. Some people just can't stand seeing us do well. If she hadn't delayed us, we would have made big money long ago. Exactly. They spoke very loudly, as if deliberately for me to hear, but I didn't care in the slightest. Once they reach the city, they'll know. With the quality of these fruits, even dropping the price would be hard to sell. There were quite a lot of things at home. I packed until late at night before finishing. Seeing it was too late, I planned to return to the city the next morning. Early the next morning, just as I drove to the village entrance, I bumped into the truck the village chief had rented. The villagers who hadn't gone were gathered at the entrance, and seeing the village chief step down, they immediately pulled him to ask, how was it? Did they all sell out? Was the price much higher than what Lin Xing offered? The village chief lowered his head inside, saying nothing. How did the sales go? You should say something. Finally, Uncle Lee spoke up. The people in the city didn't even look twice at our fruits. There weren't even any asking for the price. We busied ourselves for a whole day and only sold a few dozen jeans. They also said our fruit quality was poor. They wouldn't take it even for free. Hearing this, I directly laughed out loud. This was just the beginning. Their days would only get harder later on. At this moment, the villagers seemed to finally notice me and turned their heads to look at me. Lin Xing, what are you laughing at? I'm laughing at your short-sightedness. You'll be living hard days from now on. This time was an accident. It must be someone who mixed in bad fruits. That's why they said the quality was poor. Then why don't you tell everyone who mixed the bad fruits in? Uncle Lee didn't answer, but his eyes subconsciously looked towards Aunt Wang. Aunt Wang noticed Uncle Lee's gaze and instantly got angry. Surnamed Lee, what do you mean? Didn't you mix them in too? When we mixed them in before, didn't Lin Xing accept them just the same? Do you think those people in the city would be as foolish as I was before? Hearing this sentence, all the villagers turned their heads, pretending not to see me. Couldn't you sell it even if you lowered the price? How much lower could we go? The watermelons Lin Xing bought at 4 yuan a jean. Those people only offered 1 yuan. This price wouldn't even cover the cost. The city buyers just saw that we were desperate to sell, and that's why they gave such a low price. They're deliberately making things difficult for us. Let's go back for another day tomorrow. If we still can't sell it, then there really is no other way. Listening to their words, I just laughed. You guys are really daydreaming. Then I wish you good luck. After speaking, I directly stepped on the gas just as I was about to leave. Who knew? Before I could even leave the village entrance, I was stopped by Uncle Lee leading the way. Lin Qingqing, you're not allowed to leave today. The village chief stood to the side frowning, not stepping forward to stop him, clearly tacitly approving of Uncle Lee's actions. Today you must buy our village's fruits, still at the previous price of 4 yuan a jean. No, Lu Ruyan offered 8 yuan. You must buy it at 8 yuan too. Otherwise, don't even think about leaving this village today. If you don't buy it, you're leaving us to die. You're forgetting your roots. Forgetting my roots? Back then it was you who said, even if the fruits rot, you absolutely wouldn't sell them to me. Now that you can't sell your fruits, you're putting the blame on me? Those were words spoken in anger. Do you know how hard it is for us to grow fruits? You must buy them at a high price. Hard? These past few years, just to sell more weight, you watered and fertilized excessively. Hollow watermelons, rotten grapes, spotted cherries. More than half are defective products. Before, considering our fellow villager ties, I accepted them all. Now, without me, let alone 8 yuan, even at 2 yuan a jean, no one would want them. Uncle Lee's face turned blue and white alternately. He wanted to say more, but I was too lazy to waste words on him, and directly pressed lightly on the gas pedal. The car jerked slightly forward. Uncle Lee was startled, and hurriedly dodged aside. What are you trying to do? Trying to run people over? Run you over? I'm afraid of bringing bad luck upon myself. You little brat. How can you speak so harshly? If you want to live decently this year, you better hurry up and sell these fruits to the juice factory. They're still buying at 80 cents a jean. After saying that, I slammed on the gas and rushed out of the village, leaving the furious villagers far behind. I originally thought this matter would end here. I didn't expect that the next day, I would actually see the village chief and the others in my community. Seeing me, the village chief was the first to approach, wearing an ingratiating smile on his face. Qingqing, good child. Uncle knows he was wrong. Please be magnanimous and help our village. Qingqing, Auntie spoke harshly before. Please don't take it to heart. An entire orchard of fruits from our village is stuck in our hands. If we can't sell it this year, we'll lose everything. Please just buy these fruits. You name the price. I took out that signed paper and unfolded it in front of them. It's written clearly in black and white. After signing this, I will never buy your fruits again. The village chief's face instantly turned pale. He reached out to grab the paper, but I dodged it by turning sideways. Seeing this, Uncle Lee immediately changed his expression. Lin Qingqing, are you intentionally using this to suppress the price? Are you trying to take advantage of our desperation to buy our fruits at a low price? If you don't sell to me, there are plenty of others who will. Why would I go to such great lengths to suppress the price? Besides our village, where else are there so many greenhouses? The neighboring village converted to greenhouse farming a year ago. Didn't you know? And I've already signed a 5-year contract with the neighboring village. Your rotten fruits. I have zero interest in them. Leave here immediately. And don't harass me again. After speaking, I turned around and left the community directly, preparing to go check on my store. Today is the day the neighboring village delivers goods. I don't have time to waste with them, but I didn't expect the village chief and the others could be so thick-skinned that they followed me all the way to my shop. Just as I opened the door to the dessert shop, I heard an ear-piercing screech of brakes at the entrance. A large truck fully loaded with fruits straight up blocked my store entrance, sealing the entry completely. The village chief jumped down from the driver's seat. Uncle Lee and Aunt Wang followed him out, still carrying several baskets of rotten fruit. If you don't buy, we'll block your store entrance, so you can't do business. Today you have to buy it whether you want to or not. You have to accept it. Don't force us to tear up our face. Everyone come and look. A college student who forgot her roots, making dirty money, leaving us to die, driving us villagers to death. Passers-by around stopped to watch, pointing and talking about us. My face instantly darkened, just as I was about to take out my phone to call the police. Right at this moment, the roar of a truck approached from far to near. Uncle Zhang from the neighboring village brought a few villagers, driving the delivery truck to the door. Uncle Zhang saw the setup and immediately stood in front of me. What are you guys doing? Still trying to forcefully buy and sell? A group of you bullying a young girl. Do you have no shame? Old Zhang, this has nothing to do with you. Don't meddle in others' business. Boss Lin is our village's great benefactor. You coming here to block her store? Is you going against us? Saying so, the young villagers behind Uncle Zhang also stepped forward, looking angrily at the village chief and the others. Uncle Lee and Aunt Wang suddenly panicked, subconsciously shrinking back. The village chief looked at the larger crowd from the neighboring village, gritted his teeth, glared at me unwillingly. Fine, we'll leave right now. After the village chief and others left, I sincerely thanked Uncle Zhang. Uncle Zhang, thank you so much today. If you guys hadn't come in time, I wouldn't have been able to open my store properly today. Boss Lin, don't be so polite with us. You helped our village solve the fruit sales issue, leading everyone to make money. It's only right that we help you. Then, he directed a few people to start moving the goods. Don't just stand there. Hurry up and move the goods in. Don't delay Boss Lin's business. Several villagers hurriedly stepped up, carefully unloading the fresh fruits. Once the fruits were all unloaded, Uncle Zhang gave a few instructions about preservation details, then drove the villagers back to their village, who knew that not long after Uncle Zhang's group returned to their village, the village chief of our village brought Uncle Lee and Aunt Wang hurrying to their door. As soon as the village chief saw Uncle Zhang, he put on a pretense of kindly reminding him. Old Zhang, I came today to kindly remind you. Don't be fooled by Lin Qingqing. What do you mean by that? Old Zhang, you don't know. Before, that influencer Lu Ruyan bought our fruits at 8 yuan a jean. Lin Qingqing only offered 4. She intentionally suppressed the price to rip you off. By signing this long-term contract with her, you've taken a huge loss. Yeah, she's a black-hearted vendor who specifically picks on us folks without connections to bully. Don't fall for her trick. Since we are neighboring villages, I can't bear to see you being scammed. If it really comes down to it, I can help you find other buyers. The price will definitely be higher than hers. Uncle Zhang waited for them to finish before laughing coldly and standing up. We have nothing more to talk about, please leave. The village chief and the others hadn't noticed anything wrong and continued to smear me. Uncle Zhang angrily slapped the table and suddenly stood up. Are you done talking? Lin Qingqing diligently helped you sell fruits for 3 years, and now you're being ungrateful. Since she won't help you anymore, you come over here to sow discord, trying to cut off our village's livelihood? You bunch of ungrateful wolves. Get out of our village immediately. You old geezer. How can you speak like that? We are doing this for your own good. Just giving you a heads up. Do you think everyone is like you? Hurry up. Our village does not welcome people like you. After saying that, Uncle Zhang started pushing them out. The village chief wanted to say more, but a group of people had already gathered outside Uncle Zhang's door. They had no choice but to scurry away in disgrace. That afternoon, Uncle Zhang specially gave me a call and told me everything exactly as it happened. Boss Lin, please don't take it to heart. They're just acting like petty villains. Our village is united as one. We definitely won't listen to their nonsense and will cooperate well with you. Uncle Zhang, thank you for being willing to believe me and speaking up for me. It's what we should do. Who is good and who is bad? We know clearly in our hearts. After hanging up the phone, my heart was unusually calm. That group of people in my village wouldn't be jumping around for much longer. After the village chief and the others were driven back by the neighboring village, they relentlessly ran back and forth to the city's market. At first, they could barely sell them for over 2 yuan a jean, but the prices offered by the city vendors dropped day by day. The whole village worked hard for over half a year, only to end up losing most of their money, while I was busy researching new dessert items and had no time to pay attention to them. But I didn't expect that when my new dessert hit the shelves, an uninvited guest would arrive at the store, because among the neighboring village's fruits, green grapes and regular grapes were the most abundant. So I spent a few days researching a new dessert, green grape panna cotta roll. On the day it launched, the store was packed with customers eager to try it. The 2 front desk girls were so busy their feet barely touched the ground. I was crouching behind the counter, counting the freshly arrived green grapes. Then I heard an angry shout from the door. Lin Qingqing, you black-hearted ghost, come out here. I looked up to see a young man with dyed blonde hair kicking over the display rack at the door with 1 foot. Who are you? How dare you cause trouble in my store? Who am I? I'm your village chief, that is, my uncle. Today I'm here to seek justice for him. I had long heard the village chief had a nephew named Qinshou, pun for beast, who was always out of town. I didn't expect him to actually be back. I quickly stepped forward to stop him, but he pushed me aside with one hand. You think you can bully my uncle? I don't think you should keep the store open anymore. Saying so, he started directly smashing things in the store. The 2 front desk girls tried to step forward to help, but were also shoved away by him. If you dare stop me again, I'll beat you up along with her. I looked at the store being smashed into a mess, and hurriedly took out my phone to call the police. Qinshou, it's not too late for you to stop now. Otherwise, when the police arrive, you'll be done for. Call the police? You think I'm scared of you? Today I'm going to smash this broken store of yours to pieces, so you can't do business. In less than 10 minutes, the police arrived. When Qinshou saw the police, his eyes rolled back in his head, and he directly fell to the ground. The police immediately rushed over to him to check on his condition. Sir, are you alright? Can you hear me speak? Only then did Qinshou open his eyes. Comrade police, you're finally here. I ate a new product from her store, had severe vomiting and diarrhea, and ended up in the hospital. Not only did she refuse to compensate, she also scolded me. I was so furious that I came here to seek an explanation. I was so angry I almost laughed out loud, stepped forward quickly, and pointed at him, saying to the police, Comrade police, I don't know him at all. My new product was just put on shelves today. He came in and just started smashing my store, and I have never seen him in my store before. I just came and bought it yesterday. I felt sick right after eating it. You're still trying to deny it? My store has surveillance cameras and transaction records. If you don't believe me, you can check. The police officer nodded, while asking a colleague to pull up the footage. They helped Qinshou up from the ground. You two come with us to the police station first and clarify the matter. Qinshou still wanted to argue, but looking at the police's stern faces, he reluctantly followed the police away. I also locked the store door and went to the police station to testify. After an investigation, both the surveillance and transaction records proved that Qinshou had never made a purchase in my store. Qinshou, what do you have to say for yourself now? You're the owner of this store. You could definitely delete the footage and records. These things are fake. Mr. Qin, we have already verified them. The footage and records are all authentic. There are no signs of tampering. Then maybe I remembered incorrectly. Maybe I didn't buy it from her store. I'll apologize to her. Let's just drop this matter. However, I directly sneered. I want to report him. Then, I recounted my grievances with the village chief entirely to the police. Qinshou didn't mistake the store at all. He was deliberately seeking revenge. Mr. Qin, are you Qin Dashan's nephew? So what if I am? I apologize. Doesn't that make the matter pass? However, the police officer's expression grew even sterner. Mr. Qin, please correct your attitude. Your actions have seriously endangered Ms. Lin's life and property safety. An apology won't make it go away. You must provide compensation and will be detained according to the law. Qinshou had no choice but to scrape together the money and unwillingly transferred the compensation to me. By the time I came out of the police station, it was already very late. Returning to the store, I saw my parents. Seeing that I was fine, my mom hugged me directly and cried. I really never imagined that the village chief and the others would do things so ruthlessly. Maybe we should just... No, this is a matter of principle. I will never buy their fruits. But if this continues, it's not a solution either. Since they dared to do it once, they'll definitely do it a second time. I have my ways. It's just that I can't realize them right now. As long as you have a plan. If you need anything, just tell your mom and dad. My dad hadn't spoken, just silently tidied up the store. The next day, my store was cleaned up and resumed normal operations. I originally thought this matter ended here, but I never expected that after Chinsho got out, he would actually start spreading rumors online. That day, I was arranging shelves in the store. Suddenly I heard an exclamation. Stop buying. All the fruits this store uses are rotten. Hearing this, the people around immediately withdrew their hands that were about to take desserts. I immediately noticed something was wrong and walked over to the customer who had screamed, "Why would you say the fruits my store uses are rotten? Where did you draw this conclusion from?" My phone just pushed a notification to me. "It's about your store. I've been buying from you for so long. No wonder the taste was terrible a while ago. How are you going to explain this to us? Hasn't the taste improved a lot recently?" I changed the previous batch of suppliers. This time the goods are all good fruits. If you didn't do it, why would someone post about it? And there are even photos. I quickly took out my phone, and sure enough, a notification popped up on the homepage. Avoid the pitfall of Chingching desserts. They use nothing but rotten fruits. I ate them and ended up in the hospital. Attached below were a few photos. I recognized them at a glance. It was from when the village chief and the others came to the store. I instantly realized it must have been the village chief's doing. The customers in the store quickly left completely. I immediately closed the store doors and dialed the police. Since they want to play dirty, then I will defeat them head-on. Soon, the police arrived. After explaining the situation to the police clearly, the police officer's expressions immediately became stern. "Ms. Lin, we will pay special attention to this matter. Additionally, please provide complete proofs within 24 hours. I immediately brought out the store's surveillance footage and the fruit purchase contracts. The village chief and the others wanted to take me down, but they ended up kicking a steel plate. The police made a copy of the evidence and subsequently left. Sitting alone in the store, the more I thought about it, the angrier I got. Since you guys can spread rumors to smear me, then I will use evidence to slap your faces myself. I immediately edited a clarification video. The title was "The Truth Behind Chingching Desserts." Riding on the heat of the topic, the views on this video exploded instantly. Less than half an hour after the video was posted, the comment section turned into a chaotic pot of porridge. "I just went to eat their green grape panna cotta roll last week. The fruits were so fresh you could squeeze water out of them. If you're going to spread rumors, at least have some conscience. The person upstairs is probably a paid shill, right? The rotten fruits in the photos are crystal clear. What if someone really gets sick from eating them? Is it possible she's being framed?" After all, from Boss Lin's previous clarification, that troublemaker wasn't even in the surveillance footage. Who knows if the footage was faked? Aren't all merchants like this? To make money, they'll do anything. Because of the clarification video I posted, the internet was arguing fiercely. Just as this argument reached its climax, a police announcement instantly put a stop to the flame war. Police announcement. Upon investigation, the ingredient selection of Chingching desserts meets food safety standards. The internet rumors about them using rotten fruit are malicious fabrications by others. We ask all citizens and netizens to carefully distinguish the truth. The public opinion on the internet instantly reversed. The netizens who had previously cursed me for being black-hearted immediately switched sides. "Sorry, Boss Lin. I was too impulsive. I cursed without seeing clearly. Please forgive me. Hurry up and find the person who first posted the rumor. Make him apologize and compensate." In less than an hour, the account that first posted the rumor was dug up. However, before netizens could attack, he directly dropped an even bigger drama. The video spreading rumors to smear me was deleted. In its place was a selfie video. "I'm sorry. I posted the video without verifying the information, causing a negative impact on Chingching desserts. I will provide subsequent compensation. But I was bribed to do this by a man named Chinsho." Hearing this name, I instantly understood. So it was Chinsho's doing. No wonder there were such clear photos. It was probably taken by the village chief at that time. Once the video came out, Chinsho instantly became a target of public criticism. His account was quickly dug up and met with a chorus of curses. That day I had just opened the store door, getting ready to start business. I didn't expect Chinsho to follow me in. "Delete your video and clarification. Otherwise, I won't let you off." Saying so, he grabbed my arm tightly. I forcefully shook his hand off, immediately stepping back a few paces and distanced myself from him. "Chinsho, have you gone crazy? You were the one who wanted to spread rumors to take revenge on me and ended up picking up a rock, only to drop it on your own foot. Why should I delete the clarification video? Do you know how badly the internet is cursing me? Delete the video right now. You brought that upon yourself. Want me to delete the video? Impossible. I see you won't shed tears until you see the coffin. Did you really think I was out of options?" Saying so, he walked towards me with a sinister smile. "What are you trying to do? There's surveillance here. Whatever you do, you won't be able to escape. Before entering the store, I already cut your surveillance cable." Just as Chinsho rushed in front of me, about to throw a punch at me, a figure suddenly darted out. I looked closely. It was actually my dad. Chinsho's wrist was tightly grasped. He grimaced in pain. "Let go of me. Do you know who I am?" "Precisely because I know who you are. I can't let go of you even more. Believe it or not, with one word, I can make it so you can never return to the village for the rest of your life. That broken village. Who would want to stay in there? Only you guys treat it as a treasure." My dad didn't say anything more. He directly took out his phone and called the police. "Comrade police. Please do not hesitate to Like. He immediately shut up, but it was already too late. Take him away first, and later go check out the village he mentioned. Shinsho never expected that his momentary slip of the tongue would actually give the police a reason to investigate the village. On the afternoon of the third day after Shinsho was taken away, the village chief came to my little store. He had long lost his previous arrogance. His face was full of exhaustion. Xing, uncle begs you, just let Shinsho go. Let the village go. The police asked several times before letting me out. Uncle really knows he was wrong about this matter. It really is useless to look for me. The village's business was brought up by your good nephew. It has absolutely nothing to do with me. I know you still have grievances against the village, but we were also forced by circumstances. Who doesn't want to make a bit more money? Whose family doesn't have elders above and children below to feed? Can't you just be considerate of us? Considerate of you? Considerate of you smashing my home and my store? Or considerate of you spreading rumors and smearing me? Hearing me say this, the village chief fell silent for a while. Then he asked cautiously, then can you let Shinsho go? He's still young. If he goes inside, his whole life will be ruined. Shinsho made a mistake. What punishment he will receive will naturally be decided by the law. I can't help you. And even if he gets locked up, that's exactly what he deserves. Begging me is useless. But the village chief directly knelt down and grabbed the hem of my pants. I've asked around. As long as you issue a letter of forgiveness, Shinsho won't be in big trouble. Please, for the sake of having grown up in the village together, just let him go. Now that Shinsho is going to jail, you've hit a dead end and come begging me? Too late. The bitter fruits you planted yourselves. You can slowly taste them yourselves. After all, there's still a big show to come. The village chief froze in place, his face full of despair. I didn't even look at him, turned around, and went back into the store. Seeing that I kept ignoring him, the village chief soon left in disgrace. Early the next morning, when Uncle Zhang came to deliver goods, he quietly pulled me aside. Boss Lin, your village got into a fight yesterday. What happened? Weren't they quite united back then? I don't know the specifics. It seems your village chief went door to door asking for money. Some people refused to give it, and they started a fight. What kind of scheme is he pulling now? I don't know either, but I feel it might have something to do with you. No matter what he wants to do, I won't let him succeed. Uncle Zhang, thank you for telling me this. Uncle Zhang waved his hand and then drove off in his truck. That afternoon, I found out what the village chief was trying to do. He held a stack of cash in his hand, waiting at the gate of my community. Seeing me return, he immediately smiled and came forward, handing the money to me. Xing, this is the money you distributed before. I went door to door and got it back for you. I didn't take it, but instead stepped back 2 paces. Village chief, what is the meaning of this? What happened with Shinsho was our fault. Now I just beg you to help us. Our fruits are all stuck in our hands now, and we can't find partners for next year either. They all say the fruit quality is bad. Just have pity on us, and let us supply your store. What makes you think that the garbage others reject is what I, Lin Qingqing, would accept? Hearing me say this, the village chief was instantly stunned for a moment. But before, didn't you always? I snorted coldly, directly interrupting his words. Before, it was because I took pity on you. That you can't grow good fruits is due to your own lack of ability. I hired so many experts for you before. If you had bothered to learn even a little, things wouldn't have turned out like this. Qingqing, how about this? It's okay if we don't cooperate. You leave those experts for us. We can pay some money. Village chief, you're getting old. Why are you still daydreaming every day? Those experts, I won't leave a single one for you. It's useless no matter how much you pay. The village chief was left speechless by my words. His hand holding the money froze in midair, taking a long time before withdrawing it. If there's no channel to sell our goods, the people in our village will starve next year. That's exactly what you deserve. Don't come looking for me again. Otherwise, I won't mind sending all of you to jail. After speaking, I pushed the village chief aside and went straight back into the community. Recently, that internet celebrity streamer from back then, Lu Ruyan, contacted me. I didn't know what she wanted, but I still agreed to meet up. When I saw Lu Ruyan at the cafe, she directly grabbed my hand. I saw your store online. I want to discuss a collaboration with you. I smiled awkwardly and pulled my hand back. You're already such a big influencer. What kind of collaboration would you discuss with a small store owner like me? We should have met once before. I still remember you. The collaboration I want to discuss is related to your village. Hearing Lu Ruyan say this, my face instantly turned ugly. Then we have nothing more to talk about. Saying so, I stood up and was about to leave, but Lu Ruyan grabbed me. Don't be in a hurry to leave. Listen to me explain slowly. If you were invited by the village chief to make me buy their fruits, then hurry up and let me go. You misunderstood. I want to teach that village a lesson. Hearing Lu Ruyan say this, I still sat back down. What do you mean by that? Didn't you go over there to live stream? Why do you want to mess with the village? At that time, they demanded that I must buy their fruits at a higher price. I originally made all kinds of snacks for them for free. I've been to so many places. Only your village made me feel disgusted. Plus, they've recently been spreading rumors in the comments of my videos, so you want to take revenge on them. But Lu Ruyan shook her head. I don't want to take revenge on them. I just want to let them know, if you don't respect others, you'll never get respect. What do you want to do? I need you to pass a message to them for me. Just say I'm going to your village to shoot a video. You don't have to worry about what comes after. Just watch. I thought for a moment and finally agreed to Lu Ruyan's request. For that group of people in the village, I also wanted to teach them a lesson. After exchanging contact information with Lu Ruyan, I left. Then, I gave the village chief a call. Village chief, I have good news for you. The village's fruits might be saved. On the other end of the phone, the village chief's voice was trembling with excitement. Ching, are you telling the truth? Whether it's true or not, I don't know. I only know Lu Ruyan is going to the village to shoot a video. What? Lu Ruyan is coming to our village? Is she coming to buy fruits? I'm just passing this message to you. As for what Lu Ruyan is going to do, or wants to do, I don't know. The village chief wanted to ask more, but I directly hung up the phone. Before Lu Ruyan went to the village, she asked to meet me one more time. Lin Ching, do you want to go back with me? If you really took me with you, it would be inconvenient for you instead. Don't you want to see those people get their karma? I trust your abilities. Plus, I have a lot going on at the store. I'm planning to expand the shop recently, and I'm looking for partners. What scale are you planning to expand to? Maybe I can help you. The neighboring village's supply is too much, and we're consuming it very slowly. I plan to open branch stores or add new business. When I get back from your village, I'll help you contact the right people. Then I'll wait for your good news. After Lu Ruyan left, I didn't just sit and wait, but started contacting several potential partners myself. Although Lu Ruyan has many channels, connections are only reassuring when held in your own hands. Just as I was about to head to a meeting, Lu Ruyan's phone call came through. Lin Qingqing, come save me quickly. These people in your village are too scary. I instantly got a bad feeling in my heart. Take your time. Tell me exactly what happened. As soon as I entered the village chief brought people to surround me, insisting that I buy their fruits. I barely managed to slip away to call you. What do you plan to do now? Do you want to call the police? No. I have a new plan. Aren't they desperate to sell their fruits? Then I'll introduce them to a partner. Just wait for my good news. Before I could say anything else, Lu Ruyan hung up the phone. I was a bit worried, so after leaving the store for my parents to watch over, I immediately drove towards the village. When I rushed to the village, I happened to see Lu Ruyan surrounded by villagers. What is wrong with you? We wanted high-price purchases. What kind of people are you introducing to us? Your village's fruits can only sell for this price. You offered a high price before. Why is the price so low now? I think you're just treating us like fools. How can you think of me like that? Have I ever scammed you before? Lu Ruyan and the villagers kept arguing. I looked around, but didn't see the village chief. If the village chief isn't showing up, he definitely has other plans. Lu Ruyan's shooting team only had 3 or 5 people. Wanting to confront the whole village was definitely not realistic. I immediately sent a message to Uncle Zhang. Uncle Zhang, bring more people to our village entrance. It's urgent. Alright, we'll be there in 10 minutes. Just as I finished messaging Uncle Zhang, the village chief appeared. Seeing the village chief appear, I immediately got out of the car and walked towards Lu Ruyan. When the village chief saw me, there was a hint of surprise on his face, but he quickly hid it. Qingqing came back too. That's perfect. I have a contract here. You and Lu Ruyan can both take a look. Saying so, he handed a contract to me. I flipped through a few pages, and my face instantly darkened. Village chief, what is the meaning of this? I'm just wanting the villagers to live a bit better. If I hadn't come, were you going to force Lu Ruyan to sign this contract? How could that be? It's a friendly and cordial request. Lu Ruyan took the contract from my hands, took one look, and instantly got furious. Not only do you want me to buy your rotten fruits at a high price, you also want me to give you a cut of my live stream revenue? Otherwise you'll sue me for infringement? You call this a friendly and cordial request? Well, you shooting videos in our village should also require our permission, right? What's wrong with asking for some money? Hearing the village chief say this, Lu Ruyan directly threw the contract onto the ground. I won't shoot in your village anymore, and I will not sign this contract. I advise you to sign it. It's for the best. Otherwise, don't even think about leaving. As soon as he finished speaking, the villagers all surrounded us. What are you trying to do? If you don't step back right now, I'm calling the police. Lu Ruyan, you're such a big influencer. Just leaking a bit from between your fingers would be enough for our whole village to live on. Keep dreaming. I won't give you the money. Then don't blame us for not holding back. However, before the villagers could make a move, a large group of people ran over to the village entrance. Seeing this, Uncle Lee subconsciously shrank back. What are you guys from the neighboring village doing at our village entrance? Leave right now. Relying on your numbers to forcefully buy and sell? We just can't stand it. We have to step in. This is our village's business. It's not for you outsiders to meddle in. If you don't want to start a conflict, hurry back to wherever you came from. Do you still not know what you've done? I already called the police earlier. Who are you trying to scare? We haven't done anything. Even if you called the police, so what? Hearing Aunt Wang's words, I directly laughed out loud. Aunt Wang, just forcing someone to sign a contract is enough to put you in lockup for several days. We just want to sell our fruits for a good price. Is that a crime? She bought at such a high price back then. Now she should give us the same price. Otherwise, she's a scammer. Auntie, please get this straight. Back then, I offered a high price to give people in remote mountain villages a bit of assistance. It doesn't mean I'm a fool. You, group of malicious people, simply do not deserve my help. An Wang wanted to say something else, but was stopped by the village chief. Lu Ruyan, we apologize to you, let's just drop this matter. Look. You haven't suffered any loss, right? Drop it? You wish. Just then, the sound of police sirens came from afar, and upon hearing it, the village chief instantly slumped to the ground in despair. It's over. It's all over now. The police quickly understood the situation, and immediately handcuffed the village chief. Come with us. The village chief didn't say a word and didn't struggle. Lowering his head, he got into the police car. As for the other people in the village, they were also given a warning. After the police took the village chief away, Lu Ruyan and I also prepared to leave, but the villagers were still standing at the village entrance, blocking us. If you leave, what about us? Lin Qingqing, do you really have the heart to watch everyone in our village lose money? Otherwise, do you still expect me to buy them? It's broad daylight. How come you've started dreaming? They all instantly went silent. I pushed aside the person blocking the front and strode towards the car. Lu Ruyan and her shooting team hurriedly followed, but she was a step too slow and was grabbed by Aunt Wang. Lin Qingqing laughed. You can't leave. Lu Ruyan directly shook off Aunt Wang's hand and looked at her coldly. Sorry, I have absolutely no relation to your village. If you block me, that is infringing upon my personal freedom. Do you dare? Hearing Lu Ruyan say this, Aunt Wang's hand instantly withdrew. Then at least introduce a few more partners to us. The previous ones were all rejected by us. You said it yourself. The previous ones were all rejected by you. Then that's your own problem. What does it have to do with me? Aunt Wang wanted to say something else, but I pulled Lu Ruyan and left directly. She didn't leave with her shooting team, but instead got into my car. We had just gotten in when I received a call from Manager Gao. I sighed, but still answered. Manager Gao, I am truly sorry. There was an unexpected situation on my end, and I couldn't make the appointment. Miss Lin, I see you are not sincere about collaborating with our Tiansheng group. In the future, don't even bother sending any messages to Tiansheng group. Goodbye. After speaking, Manager Gao hung up the phone. I put the phone down and was just getting ready to drive when Lu Ruyan spoke up. The one you contacted was Tiansheng group? Yes, I've heard of this group. In terms of crop processing, they are highly prestigious, so I wanted to discuss a collaboration. I'll handle this matter for you. I know the CEO of their group. I'll let him know right now. Before I could even decline, Lu Ruyan had already sent the message. Not long after, Manager Gao's call came to my phone again. Miss Lin, I'm so sorry for offending you earlier. Our collaboration is still open for discussion. When are you free? I can go over tomorrow. I've already sent the contract to your email. Okay, Miss Lin. Looking forward to working with you. Goodbye. The next day, I signed a long-term contract with Tiansheng Group. Under the management of Tiansheng Group, my little store opened many branch locations. Lu Ruyan also helped promote my little store. Very quickly, I earned pots full of money, while the people in the village got worse day by day. Many people started leaving the village to work as laborers. Every household was suffering unspeakably, but they brought it upon themselves. Those who forget their morals when seeing profit will sooner or later be abandoned by profit.